There was something funny that happened over on Rotten Tomatoes yesterday. And I don't think that this is a coincidence. We're going to go over what happened. Now, I want to point out right away that whatever this was that we're going to talk about appears to be fixed. And that's the audience score ratings for TV shows. Not movies, just TV shows. Specifically, Star Wars-related shows, but we'll get into that. Let's go with where it started. So, The Acolyte is a very popular show right now, and for all the wrong reasons. Everyone's reporting on it and watching it like a hawk because it's a disaster. It's a train wreck, right? And everybody loves looking at a train wreck. It's hard to look away. So, what happened was, and of course, since everyone's watching everything Acolyte related very closely, if something happens, everyone's going to jump on it. And over on Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score disappeared. Now, here's a screenshot from that. This is fixed, so it won't look like this anymore. But this is the front page for The Acolyte. You search Rotten Tomatoes, Star Wars The Acolyte, this is what's going to pop up. And at the bottom of it, there's a season link. So, Season 1, Star Wars The Acolyte. It looks like this over on the page. So, here is the page now. This is fixed, right? So, you see 83% from critics, 14% average audience score. Very low. That was missing. If you wanted to see that, you had to scroll down and then click on Season 1, and then you could go to Season 1 and you would see 14%. It's kind of weird because I don't think this is going to get a second season. It's just going to get this first season. So what they did was they made it so if you looked it up, you wouldn't just see it. You had to do a little bit more work and scroll down to the Season 1 thing. Now, at first, this was like one of the only shows that had that done. People were starting to point out real quick, oh, it's other shows too. We're seeing it with other shows now, mostly Star Wars related, as Master of the TDS points out here. See, I'm not crazy. This was really happening. This appears to only be happening to Star Wars related shows. How odd. Certainly no funny business going on. And then the website, you could tell they were tinkering with it because the loading for the site was slower than usual. I don't know how to better describe that. I have super good Wi-Fi here. So, I have fast internet. Very good internet here. And it was taking a little longer than normal. Maybe that's just, maybe that's just nonsense, but it really did feel like they were tinkering with the site. You're just going to have to take my word with it or take it with a grain of salt or whatever. But that's what it felt like to me. And then other TV shows in general started to look like this. Not just Star Wars, everything. Some still had it. But for the most part, every TV show was losing its audience score and you had to go down to click the link or whatever. And now it's apparently all fixed. So over on the website now, if you go to Best TV Shows of 2024, all of them now have their audience scores reestablished. Except some of them, like Sunny here. Sunny, you can't see it. They're not all fixed. Sausage Party, look at that. They still have no reviews there. Isn't that funny? Why is everybody so afraid of Seth Rogen? That's a legitimate question. Why is everybody so afraid of Seth Rogen? They won't even let audience scores for Sausage Party pop up. Or nobody watched it and reviewed it. Maybe that's a thing too. But there's still no critic scores. I find that funny. So they fixed this. They fixed it. And put them back in. And you would think that would be the end of the story, right? But it's not. It's not the end of the story because now we're getting articles like this. Professional Acolyte haters fall for fake Rotten Tomatoes controversy. So now there's hit pieces. It feels like this might have been done to discredit people That's what it feels like to me. Like, oh, yeah, see? Yeah, they'll fall for anything. There's receipts out there of this. A lot of people got screenshots of this. These aren't doctored. I'm not the only one that posted shit like this. I saw a lot of people covering it. So if you want to find screenshots of what this looks like, it's not hard. And Nerdrotic has one up. I'm sure maybe the Geeks and Gamers people, some of them probably for sure have screenshots. It was going around. This happened. Now, Paul is trying to argue that it was a technical glitch for just Star Wars. And then it's like, oh, we better cover our tracks and then take them down from everything. And now they're restored. It almost feels like they got caught real fast. They were trying to pull a fast one because it started to look like censorship, because they would love to get rid of this audience score. And I guarantee you they eventually will get rid of it. Crunchyroll has taken down audience scores, basically. You can't comment on things over there anymore. I'm going to talk about that later. But you know damn well critics would love to get rid of this audience score. Businesses would love to get rid of this audience score too. The only time they like the audience score is when it's high and the critics are low. Because then they can go with, okay, well, the audience likes it. Screw those critics. That's why I think, that's honestly the only reason why I think it's still here. It's because once in a while it works to their benefit. But to wrap all this up as some kind of technical glitch like he suggests here, I think is a joke. There was something going on. And it's not a coincidence to me that it was all Star Wars shows at first. And then other TV shows got theirs removed. And it wasn't even every TV show. There was a couple that still had it. Surprise, surprise, they had high audience scores. Like I said, you're going to have to take that with a grain of salt because I can't show you because they fixed it right away. I was going to go over it today, and then when I got on, lo and behold, all the audience scores were fixed. To me, we'll have to take it with a tinfoil hat, right? Because I can't prove it, but just speculating, I feel like Rotten Tomatoes was going to do a solid for Lucasfilm there. And it backfired because they think no one's watching this shit, but everyone's watching it. And the moment they did it, it exploded on Twitter. Everybody was talking about it. I mean, you had an article go up almost 30 minutes after it happened. So everyone was starting to talk about it, and it backfired on them. And they quickly, see, here's another shot. It was gone. Right here. So it backfired on them pretty damn quick, and they fixed it. It's like, okay, we'll just remove all the audience scores. And I bet you that didn't go over very well with some people in the industry, and they had to change it. Because not everybody is like Lucasfilm and wants to cover up what the audience thinks. So now you've got these people who can run in and try to discredit people for covering this, which is bullshit because it absolutely did happen. And I don't believe this cope that it was a technical glitch. Yeah, what a coincidence that the technical glitch was going after Star Wars related properties. So I don't know. It was interesting. It was almost like damage control real time for the series. And then they got found out real fast, panicked, and then restored it to how it was. But I do think eventually that audience score vanishes from everything, not just TV shows, from movies too. I have no doubt that one day that's gonna vanish off of Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic, all of the websites that have anything that covers how audiences and customers feel about the product. This is not beneficial for them to have people that can tell the truth. At least in some ways, like critics can be controlled. You can cut them off. You can threaten them losing access, all that stuff, and they'll fold real fast. So, interesting stuff. I was kind of shocked to see it. And when I woke up this morning, it was back. And then I saw articles like this. It's like, okay, well, they're going to capitalize this now and try to discredit people. Because, of course, when that happened, people made videos on it. It was breaking news. And, like, here's the video. It's like, oh, ho, gotcha. No, that really happened. That really happened. And it's probably because of this video and other videos and people that covered it that they restored the audience score to its proper place. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know your guys' thoughts on all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like and subscribe. Share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.